crisis is so bad that until yesterday, Mr. Speaker, David Hodge, the Conservative leader of Surrey County Council, planned to hold a referendum for a 15% increase in council tax. And at the last minute, it was called off. Can the Prime Minister tell the House whether or not a special deal was done for Surrey?
The decision as to whether or not to hold a referendum in Surrey is entirely a matter for the local authority in Surrey County Council. But I say the Right Honourable Gentleman has raised the issue of social care, which we've exchanged on across this dispatch box before. And as I've said before, we do need to find a long-term sustainable solution for social care in this country. So I recognise the short-term pressures. That's why we have enabled local authorities to put more money into social care. We have provided more money. Over the next 2 years, 900 million more pounds will be available for social care. But we also need to look at ensuring that good practice is spread across the whole of the country. We can look at places like Barnsley, North Tyneside, St Helens, Rutland. Towards the end of last year, there were virtually no delayed discharges attributable to social care in those councils. But we also need to look long-term, and that's why the Cabinet Office is driving a review with the relevant departments to find a sustainable solution, which the Labour Party ducked for far too long.
Mr. Speaker, my question was whether there had been a special deal done for Surrey. The leader said they'd had many conversations with the government. We know they have, because I've been leaked copies of texts sent by the Tory leader David Hodge, intended for somebody called Nick, who works for ministers in the Department of Communities and Local Government. And these texts read, "I'm advised that DCLG officials have been working on a solution and you will be contacting me to agree a memorandum of understanding." Will the government now publish this memorandum of understanding? And while they're about it, will all councils be offered the same deal?
What we have given all councils is the opportunity to raise a 3% precept on the council tax, for that to go into social care. He talks about understanding. What the Labour Party fails to understand,
Order! There's far too much noise. Mr. Pound, calm yourself. You're supposed to be a senior statesman. And order! And Mr. Rotherham, you should reserve your shouting for the stands at Anfield. The Prime Minister.
As I say, all councils have the opportunity to raise the 3% precept, to put that funding into the provision of social care. What the Labour Party fails to understand is that this is not just a question of looking at money, it is a question of looking at spreading best practice and finding a sustainable solution. And I have to say to him that if we look at social care provision across the entire country, the last thing social care providers need is another one of Labour's bouncing cheques.